It's very interesting. When the Jews were in Egypt, the vast majority of Jews, except for the tribe of Levi, the Levites, became pagans due to the bondage, due to the influence of their masters, who were pagans. The tribe of Levi were the only ones who did not become pagans. On the second day of Pesach, of Passover, there's a communal offering that was brought at the time of the temple. It was known as the Omer offering. It was an unusual type of meal offering. Normally, a meal offering is comprised of wheat grain. The offering of the Omer was barley flour, was not wheat flour. It's unusual. Why? There is another offering, meal offering, which is not wheat flour. This is the offering which is brought by the suspected adulteress. If a woman, God forbid, sequesters herself with another man after she was forewarned not to, and she defies the warning of her husband and stays in the secluded state long enough where something could have happened, she may have committed adultery, and she claims her innocence. There's a process, and there are no witnesses. How does the woman vindicate herself? Although she claims that she's innocent, there's a Torah process. It's called the ritual of the suspected adulteress. Part of the ritual is she must bring a meal offering. It's known as Minchas Sota, the meal offering of the suspected adulteress. It's comprised of barley flour. It's not wheat flour, as every other meal offering. So we have two meal offerings which are unlike any other meal offering. Every other meal offering is fine wheat flour. The Omer offering, which is brought on the second day of Pesach, which allows the Jew to eat the new grain, which took root the previous year after the last meal Omer offering and the meal offering of the suspected adulteress. Why is it barley rather than wheat? So the Talmud says that a woman, even if she did not commit adultery, God forbid, after being forewarned by one's husband because he suspects that the woman has compromised her relationship with the husband by being attracted to another man, this is considered inappropriate behavior. Marriage is exclusivity of a relationship. This woman has breached that exclusivity, especially when she sequesters herself with another man. This is behavior of an animal. Animal fodder is barley, not wheat. The main consumption of wheat is human consumption. But barley is animal fodder. That's the reason why the sacrifice, the meal offering of the suspected adulteress is barley, because she behaved no different than the animal. So the Maral of Prague writes, when we were in Egypt, we became pagans, idolaters. We sank to a level of the 49th level of spiritual impurity. We were nearly at the point of spiritual extinction. If we wouldn't have left Egypt exactly at that moment, we were at a point of no return. We could have never recovered to make the ascent back to spirituality. So in terms of what we should have been, we should have been the Adam. What does God want of us and demand of us? To be monotheists. To live within the context of his dictate. By turning our backs on that and living as pagans, relative to what we should have been, within a spiritual context, we're no different than the animal. Therefore, to display and to indicate our spiritual level, the offering that is brought on the second day of Pesach, which is soon after we left Egypt, is the barley offering. The Omer offering is comprised of barley, which is animal fodder. There was not much of a difference between ourselves and the animal within the spiritual realm. However, we count the Omer. We count 49 days. Every day out of Egypt is another day forward. Every day is another moment of ascent, another level of spiritual ascent, until finally, after ascending 49 levels, it's referred to as Memtes Shari Tara, the 49 levels, gates of purity. On the 50th day, we became God's people. We received the Torah at Sinai. So we ascended within the spiritual realm from the animal level to become the ultimate human being, which we were meant to be. That was, we reached the pinnacle of our spirituality. Therefore, the Maharal of Prague writes that the sacrifice of Shavuos is what we commemorate nationhood, when we became the chosen people of God, the holy people, the kingly, princely nation, priestly nation. We bring 2 loaves of wheat bread with the sacrifice. Those 2 loaves are eaten by the Kohanim. Why wheat? Again, this is to emphasize and to declare that we rose from the animal to the human being. Because that was our spiritual capacity to be worthy to be taken as God's people.